He definitely punished some of the lack of mobility that we have for OMG, and Jarvan already acts as main engage. I like the Ultra Prime comp. I just really feel like OMG, they have the power to, frankly, I think it keeps it neat and pure, and it's actually a really cool, I think, business strategy they used as everyone else combos. Speaking of comboing.
As we say it, yeah, Henna's getting comboed right now, waiting for Juhan to join the fray as well. Henna flashes away, going to be matched by Starry, and a second dredge line connects from Moham. That's first blood for OMG, and they're going to make it potentially a second, but Xiaoxia says, yeah, still one more proc on that Cyclone. We'll see if it expires before he can get in. He actually ends up using it, gets canceled by the Pathmaker. Liangqian still has the all-out, but the flash will be utilized to get himself away, but Juhan will follow and land the kill with
OMG. Now it's just going to be about, they have the 3 grubs, they have a gold lead. Can they really take the map fast enough to get
here as well? This is the mid-jungle combo that we were talking about. Cubby having a little bit of mid-game agency. Sleepy Trouble Bubble does connect onto Moham, but that Paddle Star does not. We'll continue this cat and mouse game now around the red buff. And Moham says, screw that, we're just going to go straight in. Lands the Flap's depth charge onto Grizzly, but now comes the re-engage, and it is a big one at that, with Saber getting the first kill onto Moham, and Henna now dashing over, transcended onto Starry, lands the slow and the laser, and goes in onto Starry and takes him down. A big answer for UP in the enemy jungle as they go 2-0 in the fight.
Yeah, Saber might have been but he could take the enemy summoner spells, use the charge to connect. You might be able to save the dredge line. It's also a great way for you to proc Aftershock, or I guess chain it, since it would have been proc by depth charge. But I just don't think that Moham needs to make that play, especially into the Jarvan. That is not the right target you're looking for in that scenario. And those are 2 big kills that go over to Ultra Prime, as they're going to find a third with Harry going down to the top side.
It's a bit of a beneficial trade overall. You get the first tower, and that's a nice bonus.
Like, Moham and Starry just ended up being disconnected. Starry goes down. I feel like, again, that's more so off the back of OMG, how they started that fight with Moham. Starry just ended up kind of stuck on that side. And I don't really see the angle to win there outside of picking Jarvan. In which case, I also have to question why Moham just didn't lead with a flash dredge line. I think that's better than flash depth charge, especially if you're going to throw the Q not to even, like, chain the dredge line. It's kind of weird. And
now Juhan just gets locked down by the concussive blows. Xiaoxia finishing off that kill. And another one going into the hands of Ultra Prime. They have killed 4 straight members. Haven't been able to make the most of that composition that we were saying. Could be a little bit fast-paced. They try to turn it on its head with a fight around the Rift Herald, though. Dredge line goes onto Xiaoxia, but doesn't do much after
Rocks were wasted.
The Trouble Bubble does land onto Harry. They're going to fully collapse onto the most fed member of OMG, and they should be able to take him down with ease. That's Saber picking up that kill. The response is to Xiaoxia, but Ultra Prime are able to claim that Rift Herald, a 1-for-1. Even in those matchups in the LCK Challengers League, Grizzly had the better stats, just wasn't able to get the wins, as his team was just not as good.
Yeah, Grizzly for me is a very interesting story, and see if we have any time for story time here.
He's going to be the main story of this one as he goes in to get the tower, but has to flag and drag defensively. Meanwhile, already Moham has gone down, so it's a 5v4 in favor of Ultra Prime. Haichao looking to chase down Henna. He dashes away from that seismic shove, and nobody from Ultra
LCK. And some of the motivation between being held onto, as Harry's going to get ulted and derail my point.
In a 2v1, we'll see. Nearing that overheat, but not going to be able to get it as Grizzly. He's having a good game, so you can
Grizzly, I mean, he's been on HOA this entire time. He was a good Challengers League player when he really didn't pan out for his chance at the higher level.
It will be Grizzly starting off the Ocean Drake for Ultra Prime.
We have Xiaoxia and Liangqian both in front. They don't need to watch the flanks given the vision they have. OMG's playing from so far behind. They're going to afford to put both in front.
Moham immediately finds the hook onto Liangqian. Not the priority target that they're looking for. The Weaver's Well does split up the fight, and Liangqian is a little bit separated from the remainder of his team. Here goes Juhan, going to make it a 50-50, and he does get the Dragon. It'll cost him his life, but that is a big win for OMG as they stall the game out for a little bit longer.
Not the prettiest series of events from either of our teams here at Grapes, as I think OMG walking away with a dragon and only down 1 is probably the best case scenario. But Haichao, brother, what are you doing walking in that brush?
Not supposed to be there, as another kill makes it a 2-for-0 instead of a 1-for-0.
Which had like never played no Qs, so it's very much a new player perspective. That looked like a dragon setup from maybe straight out of that combine. We definitely would have talked about the, you know.
Group Nirvana, basically the
Walked out the other way.
Hai Chao is in the audience.
You're
Okay.
like walking into that lane. That's so crazy.
I take it back. I take it back.
Walking into that brush is ballistic. I'm so glad he died. Sincerely.
We're going to go for more here as Juhan already popped the cycle. The target will be Xiaoshen. They get him first, but it'll come at the cost of Juhan's life. Remember, the Baron buff also exists here for Ultra Prime, so any kills that they get will be even potentially more structures falling with these empowered minions crashing in. So it will be a 1-for-1, but Ultra Prime's going to take it as they crack open this bot tier 1.
As the minions crash in, I'd like to crash out about Hai Chao walking into that. As Liangshen being down TP, Grizzly could reach the fight faster if one were to break out bot, and has a nice attack speed steroid and can handle himself in the mid lane. So I actually kind of like that setup rotation. Does give Ultra Prime 2 inner turrets off a nice play from Grizzly.
They're going to look to potentially finish off this game in a clean fashion with the taking of this Ocean Soul. See if Juhan can get another steal. Not in the pitch just yet. He gets knocked up by the Glacial Fissure. So it will be the Ocean Soul secure, but it comes at the cost of potentially some lives being lost. Liangshen already at half HP. Juhan, though, just gets eaten alive and taken down. And Grizzly will capitalize by landing that Cataclysm onto Harry. Starry out of position right now. Does land a big Moonlight Vigil and chunks down the front line of Ultra Prime. But Henna will dash forward and take down his opposing ADC. Only Moham remains on the map right now, as it'll be a 4-for.
And I can understand Hai Chao is opening the fight where he did, given the wall, but not rotating to his team, and then having Starry rotate into Narnia as the fight evolved is just very, very... Where Hai Chao and Starry are standing in that fight, it does make life impossible for Juhan. I'd be very bad and upset if I were him. I can't play out the fight the way I want to.
Talking about Baron poke, we're going to see that here as Grizzly and Henna are on a 2-man mission with Saber and Liangshen providing havoc onto the opposition. It looks like the target will be Xiaoshen, but he flashes over the wall. The Baron secured already by the J4, and Juhan just gets in there a little bit too late. Cataclysm enforces a flash from both bot laners, and Henna is now transcended. Gets eaten up here by that seismic shove, and the Moonlight Vigil is big, but will it be big enough? Don't think so, as only Hai Chao will remain in terms of carries for OMG. It's 4 kills for the cost of Henna, with the Baron also going Ultra Prime's way, and it'll be Hai Chao looking to try to have a miracle happen in the mid lane to try to save this first game.
Good fight and good game here from Ultra Prime. I think Grizzly taking those early dragons in the appropriate windows really slowed down OMG. Saber had a really good game on this Zoe, the first time we've seen him play the Zoe in the past 2 years. And I think Ultra Prime can actually walk away with a lot of positives. You know, the first time...
It's Ultra Prime with their second Baron in the game, going to be in a great position to close things out. They had the potential, the opportunity to do so last time, but decide to instead just go for a reset, go for the higher percentage play. Grizzly gonna get targeted here. Flag and Drag does buffer that.
That's a hell of a buffer.
Crowd control, so he will be able to get out relatively safely. Still
I
has his ultimate as the rest of Ultra Prime is breaking open this top lane tier 3 turret.
It looked like one of those buffers I don't really see in my solo queue when I'm playing at 50 ping.
Yeah.
That was a nice one there from Grizzly.
Here as Saber does land another bubble onto Hai Chao. He's been eating them all day, and he will get taken down by Grizzly. Moham underneath the tower that has been destroyed beneath his feet will make it a quick 2-for-0 in favor of Ultra Prime once again. The big carries here still available, Starry notably one of them, but it should not matter as in go Ultra Prime and down goes OMG. UP with a clean, clinical game 1 will take an early lead in this best of 3 series.
New Year.